Let me take you through a website audit. And honestly, starting with your website is probably the most important thing you're going to do that will set you up for success later on with your Facebook ads. Because if your website isn't converting the traffic that's coming, you could spend all the money in the world. You could hire an amazing videographer, photographer, have these gorgeous ads, hire a graphic designer, but it won't matter if your website doesn't do the job. So this is truly where we need to start before we start designing any Facebook, Instagram ads. Same thing goes for if you're advertising on any other platforms. The website has to convert the traffic that's coming here. So let's go ahead, and I am going to be setting up some ads for this Be a Saint party pack. And I just want to walk through this and share with you guys all of the website recommendations that I have and really make sure that we are setting this campaign up for success. Okay, so the first thing that jumps out at me is this business owner told me that this is a top selling product, but I'm not seeing a single review here. So what I'm going to do is scroll on down and see, okay, I don't see any customer reviews yet. So what I encourage her to do is for her to get in touch with people who have purchased this before and get them to leave some reviews, because when people jump here, we want them to know without a shadow of a doubt that people love this and that we've got multiple reviews. I also want to see the star ratings show up really close here to the top. Some people will, have the reviews kind of hiding just down here, but I want them in both places so they can see them up top and then they can click and see them down below if they'd like to. All right, let's go next to our images. So this is called the Be a Saint Party Pack. And we've got a first image here. Love that we're leading with a lifestyle image. Okay, we've got a flat lay. That's good too. A close up. We love a good close up. That's really important. Okay, so one thing that's jumping out at me with these photos is that they're different sizes. I want all of them to be crystal clear A+ photos, so meaning that, if any of them are a little bit more pixelated, that we would make sure that they're all of similar quality. And then you see how this one's kind of tall and rectangular, and this one's a little bit more of a horizontal rectangle. I want to make sure all of the images are the same size. I also wanted to be so clear. So this is a party pack, and let's read down below to see what's included. So you get bookmarks, banner, goodie bags, vinyl stickers, digital download for 9 different saints and stories. Okay, great, for activities and things like that. So we need to make sure that we've got one image that shows all of that. And so that might be exactly what this photo is. But here's what I'm going to say is I want arrows pointing to each of these. And I want you to think about your own product too. If you have any unique selling points about the products, anything that really is going to show people the quality, why yours over somebody else's, we should have little arrows pointing to each of these. So we would say like banner included, bookmarks, however many. Oh, it looks like they get to choose any bookmark. So, and then you could say here, like activities for 9 different saints, printable activities, goodie bags and, saint stickers included as well. So we really want to kind of point out exactly what it is. I would also say too, these beautiful banners that are a part of this Saint Party Pack, I want to see this have the string. Assuming that there's a string that comes with it, let's have it strung so that you can see exactly what it is. Because I can only see the little St. Michael on this one, but I can't see who's on these other ones. I also want to see what the full banner looks like too, because I was reading down below and that these panels are removable. You can swap them out based on what you're celebrating, and that would be really important for users to see. I love this too. I think we could add just a little line of text letting people know that this is the bookmark that's included. And I noticed that there are 2 different stickers. They're very cute. I love seeing them coming out of the goodie bag here. I would love a photo actually of both of them together coming out of the bag, just so that we can see very clearly, oh, there's a couple different stickers that are given to me. The only other thing that I think is missing from this photo assortment is kind of a lifestyle picture of the whole situation. I want to see this set up in this woman's kitchen, classroom, wherever this party is happening, just so that we can like paint that picture, get that feeling of if I'm landing here, I'm like, oh, yes, I would love a party like this, or, somebody at our church would love to put on a party like this, just to really invoke that feeling and that emotion. So I encourage you too to think about your product. What feeling is being invoked here? If you're selling, children's books, for example, let's have the kiddos reading. Let's have the parents snuggling with the kids. If you're selling home decor items, let's show a picture of you placing it on the shelf or showing the beautiful, if it's a fireplace mantle or a coffee table. We really want to invoke that feeling of what does it look like when I have this in my life. Okay, so next, let's address our text section right here. So here's the thing is that consumers are very lazy when it comes to their shopping behavior and they want to quick grab that info. So I do like that the client has bolded text here, but I still think it's a little bit too much and people are not going to read through this and gather the information that they want. One thing that I love doing is I love having little icons to represent kind of the unique selling point. So let me grab an example for you. All right, I just grabbed a website from a brand that I get ads from often, and you can see here they've got 6 of them. Some of our clients will do like only 3, and I've seen them small like this over on the side, but I also see them like down below where they can be a little bit larger. But really just kind of pointing out those product benefits. And so for this particular business, made in the USA. So it's, it's made by a family. This is not coming in from overseas. This is literally made and designed uh, in the US. So that would be definitely like they could have like a little, maybe an American flag icon down below that says lovingly made in the USA. Maybe next they want to do a cross and say like underneath it, ideal for feast days, classrooms, uh, birthdays, whatever they might want to say there. And then I just have them think too about like one other, what's the unique selling point? What kind of feedback do they get again and again? Or what makes them different than what you're going to be able to pick up at Hobby Lobby, Party City, something like that. For them, it's probably the fact that these are, I know the business owner hand designs these, and this is not like what you're going to get at Party City. This has so much more meaning. And so I'd probably recommend another one pertinent to that selling point. Some people, if they have free shipping, they'll include that there. If there's any information about like eco-friendliness, they'll put that on there as well. So yeah, that would be one recommendation, is to take kind of some of these unique selling points. And again, I'd have those in icons. You can make those right in Canva. Just stick them right here on your page. I also tend to drop down accordions for any extra information. So we want one for shipping. So any kind of shipping information, if you have a free shipping threshold, or how long it takes things to ship, or if the shipping is calculated at checkout. People love knowing about shipping and return information, so I'll tend to recommend both of those and a drop-down accordion. All right, I just pulled open another example just to show like from clothing. And this also goes for like physical products too. People tend, so you can see shipping and returns. Fabric and care is another one, or material. Think of yours. Like if you're selling candles, for example, is it organic soy wax that you're using, beeswax, whatever it might be, a wooden wick? We want to know a little bit more about the fabric, size and fit if you're selling something that people actually wear, and then product details. This is what I would do for this brand here, is we should have a product detail tab drop down. So in that product details, I would say, like we would have this text up above, and then product details would be a drop down, and we would say one, reusable variety of Saints banner. I think one thing that's missing from this is that I don't know which Saints are in there. And from this image, I can see 3, but I'm assuming there's more that comes to this banner if I had to guess, because if I'm not using happy birthday, it's a little bit bare to just have those 3. So that, again, that goes back to needing an image that shows it, and then also listing out exactly what's in there as far as the banner goes. For a brand like this too, you may even want a drop-down FAQ tab, because if people are coming in and they're like, okay, there's 9 different saints, which ones are actually included and like what kind of activities are on here, I think that would be really helpful in an FAQ drop-down. So again, I consolidate all this so that people can just drop down and figure out the information they have. Is it an FAQ, or is it more about the materials, things like that? I would get rid of this. I don't think this adds anything to this. However, let's take a look at this. So for the package, banner plus 12, banner plus 24. Okay, so they're clearly advertising to people who want to buy in bulk. That could be one of the FAQs too. I don't know if they offer a discount if they're buying in bulk, if that happens to be a discount or not. But anyway, let's go ahead and click on add to cart and see what happens. Okay, wonderful. I love this. Let me share with you some things that I really love. I love that we have a slide out. I don't want it to redirect to a full page. I want it to be a slide out. I also love that it shows me how far away I am from free shipping. That is perfect. If you offer free shipping or any kind of incentive, like, if you spend 100, you get something, having that incorporate in this slide out cart is ideal. Our favorite app of choice is called Upcart. Upcart, I believe it's $29 right now. It is the best $29 that you will spend in your business. I don't know if this brand is using, I don't think this brand is using Upcart. There are many others too, but we love Upcart. I've seen clients make hundreds, thousands of extra dollars, depending on how large their brand is, every single month with this app. It it is wonderful because then you can strategically say too, like, okay, so this person, wanted to be a Saint party pack. Well, hey, they might also be interested in, and we have some options here. Like maybe they want to do an add-on. I saw actually down below that they were being recommended this celebration kit. I don't know that, like think about this. If you're coming for this, I don't think you're going to be likely to add on the celebration kit, but actually I can tell this is a balloon. That would be a very awesome, fun add-on to play around with. So that's one of the things I love about UpCart is you can say, okay, if someone added this product to cart, let's recommend them these 3 items. And it tends to work really, really well. Other than that, let's scroll on down. Okay, very last thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to jump on over to the home page to see if I have any quick recommendations there. One thing that I love that they have here is they have their social media handles hyperlinked here. That's a missed opportunity that I see with many brands is they don't have social hyperlinks so people can learn more about how to find them. Okay, this is great. So what I love for brands is on the homepage, we want to feature whatever's a top selling product, whatever they need to know right now. So right now, when I'm filming this, this is right during First Holy Communion season, confirmation season, and that's a great banner to have. Over the next couple weeks, they may choose to swap this out. Maybe they want to do something that is geared towards the month of May, Mother's Day. Well, look at that. They beat me to it right here. So stock up on gifts for mom. I love that. And then making sure that this kind of points them to a smart destination. One recommendation I have for this is these great. So we can click through these, but I want it to be a little bit more clear what I'm clicking on. And I think that the design on these should all be the same. So you see how it's kind of like the scripty font and then their regular font. I would like to see that here too. So if Be a Saint Party Kit, those are the most popular, great. If the second one if this should say sacraments for baptism, for communion, things like that. And then maybe gifts is our third category. I would even encourage the client too to think about, if it's specifically t-shirts that sell best, then maybe we even make that a little bit more specific here. One thing that's jumping out is this feels a little bit out of place because we can't actually see the name of this here. So I'd probably eliminate that, especially because we have it on all of the product pages. Okay, I'm reading through these and I actually really love these kind of like subgroups. Party kit, baptism bundle, choose Saint birthday party. I do really like that a lot. I would probably keep this. Again, I'd probably go back to kind of calling it the sacraments at large because we've got baptism, first communion, confirmation that you might use this for. But that's just, I guess that's being a little bit nitpicky here. I love that we have reviews here. I might even encourage them to move this up a bit. I would move it up ahead of this. So again, we've got our main hero banner, I think highlighting a few key categories. I don't know that it makes sense for us to do this one here and these ones down here. I might just choose like go with this category up here or these categories down here, and then I would slide up those reviews as the next thing. And oh, I love this. I love this. And seeing this content that they've been tagged in here, I would encourage this business owner to reach out to these people who have filmed this, and if any of them they might want to run in their account, I'd encourage them to ask and see if they could do that. Okay, and last but not least, I know this is getting a little bit lengthy, but top navigation is also huge. We want people to come and very quickly be able to find exactly what they want. And as a business owner of your brand, you're going to know more quickly than I'm going to be able to kind of sort through what are those categories. But I would encourage this business owner to work on shrinking this down. Up top, I like maximum like 6 or so of these kind of like main categories. So they're good there. But when we kind of sort this down, this is where I'd really recommend we do some consolidating. So again, this business owner will know a lot better than I will. What do people tend to buy together? What should be grouped together? But let's just quickly talk through this. So party supplies, Saint party packs, banners, banner add-on. Automatically, I can say, well, actually, I can imagine what's in the banner add-on, but that should all go under banners. So they click on banners, then they can see all the banners they have, and then any additional add-ons. Party favor sets, party favor bags, those again should all go together. And I would also say, this is where the client would know better than I would, but pencils, dog tags, stickers, balloons, bookmarks, which of those can go together into, like, accessories isn't quite the right word for it, but what kind of product grouping can we call them that people can go and check it out? Like even if it's party bag, uh, party, yeah, party bag fillers, something like that. Um, yeah, I think we can do a little bit of consolidating there. Other things, so I'm jumping here on the page. Would really recommend again all these images being the exact same size. Okay, let's go to shop by saint. I think that this is fine to have a by saint because some people will come here for this. I love this by occasion. Okay, wonderful. This is great. We love sacraments and then a subgroup here. If they have anything for confirmation, I would recommend that here as well. All right, let's look at under birthday. So we have a lot of options here too. And as somebody, I want you to think about somebody who's coming to your site for the first time. I don't know. I don't know really what any of these things are. So under birthday, do we need to have like birthday party packs? Yeah, I'd encourage this business owner to kind of think about what are the subgroups for birthday because I don't think this is quite right. I don't know I don't know what a girl saint combo is or a Mother Mary birthday banner. Like I know what a banner is, but I would expect to find that under banners. And so even this, like Saint Therese, happy birthday, I'm not sure what that is. So if that is a banner, then maybe we have birthday and then there's one for banners. And then maybe there's birthday and then maybe there's party packs. And then maybe under birthday there is girl saint party packs and boy saint party packs or whatever kind of that subcategory is that they want to communicate. I'd really think that through again. Imagine people who have never ever been here. And then last, so we've got Advent, Epiphany, St. Valentine, St. Patrick's. I wonder if we almost want to do feast days and then kind of have anyone that can kind of nest in it be in there. Just again, to keep this so simple so people don't have to read through 8, 9, or 10 items to find what they're after. So anyway, all right, with that, I'm going to end this video, and I hope this was helpful to kind of getting your wheels turning about what all of these important elements are that we should have in place before we spend any money on ads.